G'day everybody, me again. Installing some Vibrotechnics mounts into the Polo. I thought I'd make some installation notes for anybody else who may wish to do it. I will report on how they feel at some point. The driver's side, this being right outside driving car, is fairly straightforward. To get to that, I removed the Death Star, the bubble dome, whatever you want to call it, and I didn't even disconnect any of the coolant hoses. I just unbolted it and moved it out of the way a little bit, and I managed to get out the three bolts in the top of the engine mount here. And then once you've got that free, just bolt out and then unbolt the old mount with the 4 bolts in the bottom. Now I did manage to get it past the aircon lines and everything without damaging anything or stripping any bolts. So pretty much if you can click the order button for a mount on a website, that side's really easy. This side was a little bit more complicated. Had to remove the airbox and the battery tray. Some of these wiring looms and bits and pieces do get in the way. An important note that I seem to have discovered, which I didn't see any documentation for, I don't know if that's just me being an idiot or not, but this mount does not sit square on the chassis. I think it's a design feature. I don't think it's a fault with the car or the mount. It is a design feature. You'll notice that this rear bolt sits gaps with a washer. Now, I did try and install it without the washer because I thought the washer was just an extra, and this third bolt here did not line up. And then once you put the battery tray back in, which kind of slots in like such, get that hose down there. Once the battery tray goes in and sits on its mounts, then this bolt hole down here, which is the third bolt for the battery tray, will not line up if you do not have that washer installed. So that's one thing to note. The other thing to note is that it is pretty tight to get these bolts in with the gearbox at full height. So I've got the gearbox supported with a jack. I haven't put too much weight on it at any point for obvious reasons, but I did need it there to support it, to get the old mount out and to get these 2 bolts in for the new mount. They will not go in if you do not have the gearbox in the right spot. I found that because of the dog bone in the back, this kind of twists and sits in funny spots if you do not have the gearbox at the right height. So what I did was I put all 3 of these bolts in but loose, and then moved the gearbox to the right spot so I could get these to thread in. I did have to wiggle this a little bit by hand and move the gearbox a little bit by hand to get them to thread in without cross threading. And then once they're in, it's pretty easy. You can just do everything up. This bolt here is the original Polo Volkswagen bolt that came with the car. There was no extra bolt in this kit for that, but all of these other bolts are the supplied high tensile Vibrotechnics one, and that's about it. Like I said, this is a really simple install. If you can click order on the website, you can put it in. It's a bit of a yeah, it's not a complicated job at all. It's pretty simple, and I will report at some point how they feel. And yeah, if you got any questions about the install, just chuck me a message here on YouTube and I will update you. Thanks for watching.